All right, there we go. Ads automator off. We're going to turn that on. We are green from Homestead. 12:15 was the start. I thought it was supposed to be 2:30, but I don't know. I'll work with it. Alex Bowman gets a lead through turn 1, 3 wide. That is all the way back in the 11th and 12th position. Well, that's Ryan Blaney up there in 4th. I imagine that 12 car is going to be pretty good today. He's been pretty good at Homestead the last few times we've been there. He has been a lot more consistent there. Noah Gragson probably would have had the pole if a pesky little cloud hadn't showed up. So it's Bowman, Berry, Blaney, Gragson out front. So Bowman, Berry, Blaney, Gragson, and Briscoe, Byron. So five of the top 6 have a last name starting with B. So that trend might continue. It just might. Oop. I forgot to turn the live chat on. There we go. Meanwhile, Blaney will get his way by Barry. That'll put him up into the 2nd spot. Not quite completed the pass yet, but he's very close. Let's make sure we have this all correct. There we go. Got that set up and good to go. Meanwhile, Chase Elliott moving by the inside of Kyle Larson. That is for 15th. And the 9 car has been on a little bit of a good run to start this race. Meanwhile, as Blaney gets by Barry, gets a good push down the straightaway. That continues that battle off into turn 1. And Blaney is now looking for the lead. I thought Blaney could be a little bit of a handful here, and it sure appears to be the case. He won't quite lead this lap, but he's going to be right alongside him as they enter turn 1. So I think he's going to get it by the next lap. Homemade Rubens was a good choice. There we go. Keeping an eye on the scoring now. Looks like Ryan Blaney will not lead this lap, but I think he's going to get him this time in turn 1. All right. Yeah, mistimed the start of this race a little bit. Okay, there we go. Well, that was weird. Looks like the mic's still good. Stream's still good. I don't know what that was about. Looks like they're probably under their first commercial break, just judging by that. Larson did get into the wall already. He's back to 18th, and he seems to be going the wrong direction. So we'll see if that has longer implications than just this first few laps. Chase Briscoe going to get around Noah Gragson. So we have Blaney, Berry, Bowman, Briscoe, Gragson, Byron. So still a lot of Bs. We have 6 Bs in the top 10 because Busher just got into 10th. So 5 of the top 6, and then Busher at 10th. Like, good grief. How many Bs are in here? How about that truck race? Dude, that truck race was awesome. I mean, even that Xfinity race, outside of that green-white checker, I thought was unfortunate because, you know, at the end of the day, we would love. I think we all want to see history. If Larson could have made history alongside Kyle Busch, I think a lot of us were kind of rooting for it because he is so good here. It would be very cool to see him do it. And I don't know if he's ever going to get another shot because if this becomes a playoff race again, he's banned from the other lower series. So it's unfortunate. This is a prime example of why the playoffs are dumb. Because if this was just the last race of the year and there was no playoffs on the line, everybody could race. And that would mean Kyle Larson could still try to do the sweep. And that would be really cool. So keeping an eye on the pace out front, Blaney's showing really good speed. Trying to see if there's anybody back in the field who has a good car on the long run. Looks like Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs has a pretty good long run car, is what it looks like. So we'll see if he keeps moving forward. Ryan Preece also looks pretty good on the long run. Just keeping an eye on some of those guys that might look better as the race goes on. All right. 14 down of 80 in the stage. They will have to pit once in the stage. They cannot make it on fuel all the way. So as the way they run right now, it's got Blaney, Berry, Bowman, Briscoe. B. Watching Larson come from the back was wicked cool on Friday, but damn, so frustrated with Mayer. Never liked that dude on hated the restart. Yeah, I mean, again, it just goes back to the... Larson's already in the wall twice today. He's pushing a little too hard already. Bowman trying to get back at Berry here. Maybe that's Berry going by Bowman. Nope. Bowman's coming back. But I don't know, man. That's like Mayer definitely messed up the restart. But these Homestead races are like that. As a Noah Gragson fan, I mean, he led the most laps like 4 races in a row and only won one of them. And even the one that he won was on a green-white checker. All 4 of those races ended on a green-white checker. And then last year's, I think, I'd have to look. I think Xfinity has, like, maybe, I gotta look. I think they may have, like, 5 consecutive green-white checkers going at this place. It's just ridiculous. Like, for some reason, and this is Xfinity Series wide, all these Xfinity guys, when they get to the end of the race, they just go, like, 5 to go. I'm not gonna win. I guess I may as well crash. It's like, you're running 15th. That ain't bad. Nope, they just crashed themselves. So yeah, the good thing is with Homestead, we're 17 laps in. We've already seen a significant amount of fall off. But the fun part for me is always watching the lap times. Holy moly. Blaney is still setting sail. There's not really anyone in his zip code at the moment. Now, guys that are falling off. Carson Hocevar appears to have really run the tires off of his car. Maybe. No, he ran a good lap last time. He was just battling with somebody. Trying to keep an eye on the lap times that are competitive. John Hunter Nemechek is starting to fall. He started up front, but the lap times are not holding on. But that's the nice part about this type of a race, is with the tire fall off, you can actually see lap times back in the field and see who's maintain their tires well enough to move forward as the race progresses. So this is one of the parts I do really like. And then Blaney's just setting sail out front. Nothing else I can really say about that. He's just driving away. He's got like 2/10 on Bowman every lap, and then after that, it's just like almost half a second on Barry. Cars are all over the racetrack. We got them high, we got them low, we got cars everywhere on this racetrack. Only one car running high in turns 1 and 2. That's Ty Gibbs at the moment. So 20 laps in at the way they're running now. Definitely interested to see how this race finishes since the spring race compared to the fall race. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know everyone always talks about we need this as a championship venue and all, yada, yada, yada. I'm good with it being the season finale. I have no problem with that. My problem with the entire championship race thing is like last year's finish is a prime example. Blaney, Reddick, and Hamlin battle in and out. Well, guess what? If it's a championship 4, there's a chance that Blaney and Hamlin aren't eligible. And then Reddick's running for himself in a championship. Reddick is not going to make that move if he's already got the championship locked up. If he's not battling one of those 2 guys for the championship, it doesn't work that way. Same thing with Hamlin. Hamlin, if he's not running for a championship, because he wasn't, is he going to race Blaney that hard, or is he just going to have to kind of sit there and ride? Like, you know, the guys are going to race different. And that's the thing, is like, guys actually put on better racing when they're all on an equal footing. Everybody's running for the race win. Once you say these guys are running for something more important, so they get preferable treatment, well, now the racing is going to change. The dynamic changes. That's why Phoenix is a terrible race. And even last week or 2 weeks ago, it was decent. But if you turn around and tell them only 4 guys are eligible for championship points that day, most of them are going to lay over and let those 4 go by. Cindric and Allmendinger are starting to battle. That is for the 7th spot. Briscoe has now moved up into 3rd, so Briscoe's showing some good pace. Trying to keep an eye on cars that have really good long run speed. Right now, the 9 looks pretty good. We'll see how that fares over the long run, but it does appear the long run speed of the 9 looks nice. Kyle Larson's got okay pace. Yeah. Bowman's still showing good pace too, up in 3rd or in 2nd. So we got some good pace. We got some different guys out there. Briscoe, like I said, showing good speed. Now that he's gotten by... He's actually still not faster than Bowman, so he's kind of settled into 3rd after getting around him. All right, looks like they're going to do another commercial break. Thank you, International Feed. It's a good thing the International Feed exists. Oh, I should probably put the eBay link into the chat. I have a whole boatload of race cars ending tonight, so if you guys are looking for any cheap die-casts, there's a bunch of them on there, $10 a piece. Where are they? Here we go. Oops. All right, I'll hit this button. But yeah, they're $10 a piece at the moment, and so there we go. Copy that link, and we'll pin it in the comments. All right, so I'm going to pin that. So the eBay link is now pinned. So if anyone's looking for it, it's pinned up in the comments. But that is, yeah, there's a bunch of them ending at 10. They're all $10 a piece. Why is the Pennzoil 400 logo on here? Bye-bye. That is not the right race. But yeah, so there's a bunch of them ending tonight, and then there are going to be a whole bunch more starting. So a lot of 164s. I think there's like 40 of them? 40 or... No, that's more than 40, isn't it? Elliott going to try and battle alongside the 77. That is a battle for 14th. Bubba Wallace seems to have pretty good long run speed as well. Trying to see kind of who's got the long run speed. Man, Ryan Blaney might be the car to beat by a country mile today. He is checking out, and there's nobody in his zip code. Alex Bowman is 0.2 off of his pace, and after that, they are a full half second. I don't know of anyone within a half second of Ryan Blaney's pace right now. Now, obviously, lap traffic can still play a factor, and we create some problems, but yeah. Yeah. Ryan Blaney is flat out flying. Lap 28 of 80. Now, again, they could very easily split this stage in half. So with the chance of it being split in half, I do think you're going to see some guys maybe try to short pit it. Instead of going in 40 and 40, you're going to see them try to go maybe 35 is when they'll try to come in, so another 6 laps. The other alternative option you have is you can try to run this thing all the way out to the very end. You're probably going to lose a lap, though. So that's the only downside of it. I don't know. I think if you're, let's see, what's Chase's situation? He is 15.8 off the lead, and there are a whole boatload of cars within the first 3 seconds ahead of him. So there is a good argument to say if you can come in, get your fresh tires, and come back out and still be speed-wise, if you can work your way forward far enough that, you can get into the top 8, I think you should be able to hold there. Because, yeah, really, it's 10 seconds on back is where it really gets crowded. Because right now, up front, like, if you're Ryan Blaney and Alex Bowman, you've got a big cushion to work with. You don't have to play the game of, like, when do you try to squeeze the stop in? Because right now, it is not that tight for those guys, so they can wait a lap or two on everybody else. All right, nobody pitting thus far, which is good. That's what I was expecting, kind of. Do we have a caution? Or is the scoring messed up? William Byron must be pitting now. Did William Byron pit or did he make a mistake? Because William Byron just went from top 10 to out of the top 10 by a mile. I think pit stops have already started at 30, only on lap 30. Oh, yeah, lap 30, and we've got guys on pit road. That is early. Boy, I don't know about that. I think I would argue at this point, just because of the tire fall off, now that everyone around me, if they're going to pit this early, I'm going to go ahead and let it run all the way out to lap 45, 50 even. I'm going to go on the long side of the run, because I want to have 10 to 12 lap fresher tires working through that traffic, because I'm going to have a lot easier time getting around people with 10 lap fresher tires. But if I only come back in a lap later, I'm going to end up in trouble. So I think the idea of running all the way to the end, or not the end, but running to the exact midpoint, because these guys here, I mean, they're going to jump the strategy and hold, but if you can get, the thing is, you don't want to stop right after. You want to stop at least far enough after that. Where's the YouTube stream? There it is. We want to stop far enough later that you have a good enough tire to get around these guys. So like Ryan Blaney coming right now was a little forced in my opinion. He's fine. I don't know why he came this early. He was in such good shape that, show what if you come back out and you're second on brand new fresh tires. It would be 6 laps later. You'd go right by him. It wouldn't even be a challenge. You'd buzz right by him. It wouldn't even be a contest, really. So yeah, I don't know about that one. We'll see though. I mean, we're still not to lap 40. We're still not halfway in the stage. And yeah, this is early. I'm a little surprised how many guys jumped this early. I mean, they're still not to lap 35. Like, they're gonna have to run 56, 57 laps. So they're gonna split at 30 and 50, 35 and 55. Like, that's a big gap, 35 and 55 versus 40 and 40. Like, if this thing goes green, I'm not saying they're in trouble, but I don't know that this is the best long play. I do think this is a pretty good play on the short run, because if something happens and a caution comes out during these pit stops, I don't even know if that works either, though, because I think they're a lap down. No, Byron's on the lead lap. I got to see who's all a lap down right now. as of right now, actually, there's still a lot of cars on the lead lap, so then there would be some opportunity there. But yeah, I want to run this thing out to like lap 42 or 44. I want to be 10 to 12 lap fresher tires if I'm these guys up front, because I'm basically putting the bet that, yeah, I might not be faster right now, but I'm going to be fast enough to make it work. Man, Kyle Larson's lap times have looked fantastic. He's now run 35 flats. Nobody else is even in the same zip code. I mean, I guess Chase is running 35 threes, but Larson has definitely picked up the pace. Meanwhile, taking a look at how they came off pit road. Oh, yeah, Larson's got the high line really rolling now. That was Hocevar unlapping himself at the same time. Yeah, Larson running the fence like that is getting some tremendous lap times through that. He's still running 35 ones. Like, that's really good long run pace out of Kyle Larson. He's still going to be back further once he does come get those tires, but he's going to be in a lot better shape to go past a lot of these guys. Again, you have to wait long enough. Oh, did Chase just pit? He pitted lap 38. That's too early, man. You got to wait till lap 40. He's only going to have 5 lap fresher tires. That's not enough. You need to have about 10. Leave it to Alan Gustafson to suck at pit strategy. Gosh dang it. So yeah, 5 lap fresher tires. That's not going to be enough to get around these guys. The tires fall off, but not that quick. Golly, that's a big missed opportunity there. Because, yeah, he definitely would have had a better opportunity if you run it to at least 40 to 42. It's only 3 laps, I know, but that extra 3 laps is 3 laps more on their degradation versus yours. And so you'd be about a half second to a second faster. Well, you can make those moves after that. But, yeah, does not appear that's going to happen. So, not sure I like that call. I think that call is a little I think that's a little bit of a early call. I think Kyle Larson's got the right call going here. He's going to get to about probably lap 42, and then he's going to come in. I mean, he's still running great laps. 35 flats. I mean, everybody else was running 35 sevens, 35 eights. I mean, he was smoking them. Now, the guys that are in the lead are running 33s, so you're losing some time to them, but Kyle Larson's going to come out and start running some much better lap times here, so we'll see here. What does Kyle Larson run on his first lap out of the pits? Because he's going to come out 30th. He's going to come out 30th with fresh tires. So what does that mean will be the interesting part of it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he'll lose a lap, but it's going to be close. Yeah, Chase Elliott came out 29th. So, yeah, if you think I was being overdramatic when I said that that's a risky time to go, that's the truth. Now, the good news is, on those brand new fresh tires, they're going to run 33 sevens to 34 threes. That's 0.6 of a second. That should be enough to get by a lot of these guys. So you should have enough passing power with those newer tires. Hamlin just got out of the pits. He is a lap down. Oh, boy. So Hamlin's going to get out of the pits. He's a lap down, though. Lap speed, 33.4 to a 33.8. He's going to have to get by Ryan Blaney. He's 0.4 faster, but Ryan Blaney's long run speed has been very, very good, so he's going to have to hustle to try and get around him quick so he can stay on the lead lap. Yeah, look, Larson literally is the last guy. He split it lap 40 and 40, so he split it dead even. Chase came in on lap 38, which is where I was a little bummed. I think he should have come a little bit later, but it's what it is. And we'll see. Larson's last lap time, 33.4. Chase Elliott, 33.8. So pretty decent speed. 33.8 is going to be faster than the leader, which you would expect with the older tires. So now they just got to be able to keep going. Ryan Blaney, by the way, is absolutely blazing out front. He has an 8-second lead out front. And really, Bowman has separated himself from third, and then after that, it is just an absolute hornet's nest back there. It's 13 seconds, 14, 15, 16. Like, they're all bundled up in there. Not a lot of big gaps in the traffic there. So Blaney's coming. Blaney's running. He's going. He's already there, and now he's running away. That's the crazy part. Ryan Blaney is flying. I mean, his lap times compared to everyone else on the same strategy as him, he's smoking him by a tenth or two. Noah Gragson's still running fourth. Good run for him thus far. Looks like he's got at least showing pretty good pace. Kind of right on par with everybody else in that strategy. Meanwhile, Kyle Larson is currently running in 20th. 34 laps to go as they run in the stage here. He got PTSD from Larson in the sand barrels. Yeah, he almost could have won that Homestead race too. What a shame. Who won Homestead last year? Oh, right, Reddick. That was that crazy good battle. Because Larson was... I was going to say, why didn't Larson win last year? And it's like, of course he spun himself. Like, there has to be a reason why Larson didn't win, right? Golly. Also, for those who haven't already noticed, my Homestead decor over here. We've obviously got some of these untouchables, like this one. That'll not be for sale. Same with the back row here. But the front row, kind of some of the front row. I don't know. There's a bunch of Homestead cars. But yeah, keep your eyes open because auction tonight will have some Homestead Xfinity cars. I don't know if there's any Homestead Cup cars. I think maybe Hamlin's Cup car is the only one. And maybe one of Bell's. Like, I don't remember. But yeah, not a crazy amount of them for sure. Kyle Larson is running 34 flats to a 34.3. 0.3 of a second over 10 laps is only 3 seconds. So he would have to keep that pace up. But again, that doesn't factor in what he's going to be able to do on the long run. So we'll see. I think this is going to be Ryan Blaney's stage to lose. He's 8 seconds out front, and nobody's even going to be close to touching him on the fuel strategy side of things. So I think he's going to be good to go there. My goodness, Blaney is just setting an absolutely ridiculous pace. 34.3s still. I think Blaney's going to find his way to lapping a good chunk of this field. If he is going to be this good, I think there's a very strong possibility he laps up to 15th. Give me a Gragson win. Dude, a Gragson win would be awesome. I would love that. Blaney, Larson, Gragson, or Elliott. Those are the four guys I'm just like, I'd be happy with a win for all them guys. Then there's a bunch of guys that I'm indifferent to, where I'm like, hey, good for them. Not going to be like thrilled, but, good for them, whatever. And then there's another half a group where I'm like, ugh, not them. The only guys in the ugh, not them category right now are pretty much Logano, Cindric, because I just don't like Penske's outside of Blaney for some reason. It'd be Logano, Cindric, Byron, not even Bell. Bell's already won a bunch, but I wouldn't put Bell in there. Yeah, that'd be about it, I think. Busher under fire from Josh Berry. Josh Berry stayed out a few laps later, finds himself in 10th, and this is what I was talking about when I said I didn't like that strategy for Josh Berry. When you pit 2 laps later, Josh Berry finds himself in 10th now. 10th, with 1 or 2 lap better tires.
Where if you wait, you're going to be further back, like, you know, Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott are, but you're faster. You can work your way through the field easier than what Josh Berry is trying to do right now, which is I got a one-lap tire advantage, and I'm trying to get past him. Where if you're back where Kyle Larson is, he's sitting there running, well, what are his paces, his lap pace? He's running really, really good lap times back in 17th, 16th, wherever it is, and that lap pace is going to probably, yeah, it's faster than the leader. So he's probably going to find his way well inside the top 10, if not the top 5, by the time the whole stage runs out. So they definitely played the long game. This is the long game is what was being played there. Ooh, Dylan tried to kind of come up the hill. There wasn't room, so that's going to cost him the lap. I don't want to see Chastain win. I think the whole chastising of Hosoar for Atlanta and then just doing the straight, doing that to Elliott the next week was so silly. Yeah, Chastain it wouldn't bug me if he just, like Kansas last year, went out and beat the guys and won it. But yeah, if he does something stupid, I don't like rewarding stupid. Kyle Larson 25 seconds back. So I think Kyle Larson's going to finish the stage probably around 15 seconds behind, which by the time it's all said and done might even be third. We'll see how bad the traffic is. But lap time-wise, Kyle Larson is beating the traffic by a good margin, so he should be able to get there, I would think. I mean, Barry is still moving forward. I'll give Barry credit. He's right there with Bubba and Cindric right now. But again, this is where just imagine him having 2 lap fresher tires, maybe 3. I think he's already passed him. You know, I think he just has the tools with that new of a tire to just go past him. I don't think he has to kind of get caught and stuck in there for a lap or two. Like, it just allows you to move quicker through your traffic. Meanwhile, trying to keep on the Blaney run, Blaney is lapped all the way up to 27th position as of right now. Kyle Busch next on the chopping block. And Kyle Busch stopped on lap 32. So same lap as Blaney. So we'll see how easily he goes down. Actually, Blaney's going to send it in underneath him right now. And Busch with a wiggle, Blaney with a wiggle. They're going to be side by side down the front stretch. So yeah, Blaney's gonna probably really start struggling as he's fighting a lot of these lap cars harder and harder. You know, he'll get by Busch here this time as they exit the corner, but these guys are going to be fighting harder and harder as he keeps moving forward. Lap time 34.5. He's still smoking the field. Blaney is on another planet right now. Only guy that looks like he's going to be able to touch him is Kyle Larson. And like I said, Kyle Larson is 23 seconds back. So with 23 seconds back this point of the race, I don't think he's going to get there. I think he's going to get to the top 5, though. I think he's going to get there. Because he's only like 10 seconds off the guys in the top 5. And lap time-wise, he's significantly better. Keep an eye on it. 20 to go in the stage. All right, 20 to go. Got to shout it out. Joey Logano decided to pit early with William Byron and those guys, and they have maintained. I mean, say what you want. It worked. They maintained that track position and have been able to hold it. So now, granted, we're now at the stage where we'll start to see if these tires fall off a cliff or not. But right now, it does not appear to be the case. Noah Gragson's still running 4th. Very nice job. I mean, that's going to be a big day. If Gragson can get 2 sets of stage points and a top 5 finish, that would be a big day to help get him out of the big rut he's sitting under back in the field right now. Oh, that's Byron and Bowman right in front. Yay! How you doing, Young Juice? Kyle Larson now up to 20, or sorry, not 22nd. He's up to 12th as they run. Oh, that's the 44 he's going around. Never mind. I thought that looked like Bowman's car. Bowman's also running the same kind of a purple car. But good job for William Byron to be hanging in there. Yeah, Bowman's got a pretty good lead on Byron. I think he's going to be safe in second. Oh, man. Come on, Chase. What's going on? I don't know if he's just slow to catch these guys or what the deal is. 34.4. He's running the same pace as Larson, but we'll see. 17 laps to go. If there's a lot of hay to be made, it'll be made about here when the tires really start wearing out. Lap time-wise, 34.8, 34.8, 34.7, 34.6. So, yeah, Blaney's still the fastest. Nobody real falling off big time. Joey's a little slower. I think AJ's going to probably get by him here soon because AJ's on him and has 2-lap fresher tires. Same with Barry. I think you'll see those two battle Logano here as they come down towards the end of the stage. Oh, Kyle Larson just got all over the back of Cindric. That's for 11th. He's going to go right by. Not even a contest. Like I said, 20 seconds back, but, I mean, he's only got to get to like 15 back to get to the top 5. So Kyle Larson is a moving. He's a moving machine. Yeah, he'll get up to Logano, which is 6th. He in 15 laps, he should be able to get there. Larson goes right around Reddick. That's for 10th. So I said he'd get to the top 5. He's in the top 10 with 14 to go. He's got 5 more spots to get. I think he can get to 6th. I don't know. 5th is 2 more seconds out front from that. Now he's looking at Bubba Wallace for 9th. Right ahead of that is Josh Berry. Blaney, 9 seconds out front. Absolutely running away with this one. Although he did only get up to about 26th, so I thought he would get further up in the field lapping, but it does not appear that he's going to get there. I mean, lap times for Blaney are 34.9s. Guys running right in front of him are running 34.9s as well, so everybody's running about the same pace right now around Ryan Blaney. Larson's pace is 34.5, so he's gaining half a second a lap on the lead, but he obviously will run out of time before he'll have a chance to get there. Larson goes around Barry, sets his sights on Allmendinger. This will be probably another one that's fairly quick. Looks like Allmendinger got in the wall chasing Logano. So coming around, should be 10 to go here soon. But yeah, 9.5 seconds out front. Ryan Blaney can just set sail. He doesn't really have to push anything too crazy hard here. Ooh, he's going to pull a hard slider on Joey. Oh, we got a caution! Christopher Bell is around! Oh, that changes everything. What happened to Christopher Bell? Where was he running? So the caution for Christopher Bell is going to make this very interesting. With 10 to go in the stage, you have to come get tires. There's no way you can justify not getting your tires here, right? The only thing I can think is that maybe you go for 2 and aim for some track position. I feel like it's not going to be good, though, because there's enough laps on the tires here. The question is then, do you take 2 next time out? There's a lot of opportunity here right now as far as what you want to do with your tires, because you're only going to get 2 to 3 green flag laps on it. So you could definitely use a 2 tire either on the front end of this, because you only got 5 or 6 laps to lose the spots, or you could do it on the back end, and then that way you come out in a better spot for stage 2. So this is where there's an opportunity. I don't think Chase will use it. I guarantee you, though, where's Daniel Suarez? Suarez is running 19th. Keep an eye on the 99. Keep an eye on the 1. Keep an eye on the gamblers of the groups. I think those are the types of guys running 19th, 20th. 2 tires is in play. I don't know if they'll do it this time, because there's a good chance they may decide to wait, and then they'll do it next time at the stage break. But I think these 2 cautions, being they're going to be back-to-back, this is the chance that you have to use some strategy to pull some track position out of nowhere. So I would not be afraid if I'm 15th on back, maybe throw 2 tires on the thing and then take 4th at the stage, or vice versa. Take 2 tires. I would say I would take the 2 tires. It's hard to say. When do you want to take them? I think I would want to take the 2 tires now, because there's a limit. You cannot lose a lap. You can't fall too far back. It's too short of a stage. So yeah, you might not hold your position, but hey, it's the gamble. That's the chance you take. I would take 2 tires this time by. But let's do a pit call. Start the poll. Pit call, everybody. I'm not even going to give you guys the option for staying out on this one. This is 2 or 4. Knowing the stage is coming, do you want 2 or 4? So we'll put that in there and get that moving. Because, yeah, nobody's staying out. You will be a total sit and duck by staying out. There's nothing to gain there. If this was another track, you might have a shot. But with this being Homestead, nah. You would be in some pretty big trouble going off into turn 1. So Blaney's going to lead into pit road. He has a massive gap on Alex Bowman from all the lap cars. So he'll come down to pit road and probably have, like, his own zip code down there. Yep, he's got his own little zip code. Everyone else real jumbled up after that. All right, pit stops are afoot, and it is chaos. 4 tires for Blaney. Good call. I would not have done anything different on Blaney. Let's see. If you're Kyle Busch, you got to take the waiver out here, I would think, right? 8 laps to go. Just finish off the stage on the old tires. Guarantee that you'll be on the lead lap going into the next stage. I think that's an easy call. Any 2 tires. Any 2 tires. What do we got? Blaney will win the battle off pit road. Yeah, no big takers. Everything looks pretty orderly. Everyone did 4 here. So I think that means everyone has the same opinion, that there's not enough to be gained with the 4 tires on the long haul. So I think they think there's so many laps on these left sides that they wouldn't be able to make it last, or they wouldn't be able to make it. It wouldn't work out for them. I still think it's a good gamble, but everyone else took 4, so I'm a little curious to see how that works out, because I think this is the stop I would have taken too, because I have less time to potentially lose my lap or something like this. If I'm going to take a chance to try and gain a whole boatload of track position, I'm going to do it right here. Because then I can't lose a lap. Where if I do it at the stage and it's bad, I'm gonna go a lap down. Like if that stage goes green like stage 1 just did most of the way, I'm probably gonna end up a lap down if my tires are that bad. So there definitely will be an argument that it might make sense to go ahead and take 2 at the stage. You'll only have about probably 6 green flag laps on your left side tires. I mean, there's an argument that could be worth it. I mean, the tires do wear out quickly, but do the right sides still wear out faster than the lefts like they used to? I don't know. So no pit strategy was used here. We'll see if Blaney can get it on the restart here. He has been phenomenal all day. Oh, it's going to be less than 6. It's going to be 7 to go this time, so they choose at 6 to go. Bare minimum, they choose at 6 to go and then race with 5 to go. That's if they don't use an extra lap. So if they burn an extra lap, it's only 4 laps on your left side tires. I mean, only 4 laps on the left side tires, I would be willing to entertain a 2-tire stop just for the track position. I think there's enough to be gained. Because the other option you would have then in the second stage is to do what everyone else did, which is you stop on the short end and then you jump more track position, just like they did on this stage. So I think there's going to be an argument. I would take, being nobody took it now, I still think this was the time to take 2, because again, you're only going to have 4 laps. How much ground can you actually lose in 4 laps? I mean, if you're running in even a decent pace, you're going to be far enough forward in the field. You can't lose 25 spots without getting spun or wrecked. Meanwhile, we're going to look at the poll quick. Poll is ended. 2 votes. 1 for 2 tires, 1 for 4 tires. So we had a 50-50 split. Interesting. All right, so it'll be Blaney, Bowman, Byron, Gregson, Briscoe. McDowell is in 6th. Was he on 2 tires? I think McDowell may have done some pit strategy. No, he didn't, because he was running... I think he was running about where Larson... Was he running there? McDowell might be somebody who did strategy here. I don't know how he got there. I think McDowell took 2 tires. So we did have a guy on pit strategy. He didn't come out first, but I think he was in the back. So McDowell's on 2 tires. So that'll be interesting. Where does he start? They're 2x2. McDowell looks like he is 4th row outside. Yeah, 4th row outside is where McDowell is. I believe he is on 2. I could be wrong on that, but I'm assuming he's on 2 based on the data I've got in front of me. Coming back to the green flag. Blaney in the gas. Bottom lane with a good jump. Larson already looking to the inside of Gregson. Oh, that was a huge, oh boy, 5 wide. I don't know what Larson was thinking there. He shoved it 5 wide, and he just killed the bottom lane momentum. Man, that's tough luck for Noah Gregson, who had a great start to this race, and he's going to be outside the top 10 by turn 2. Oh, what a bummer. Meanwhile, up front, battle for the lead. Bowman and, that's Bowman and Blaney. Bowman's up top. Coming around, 4 to go. He did clear. Ooh, that was tight. So Blaney does retake the lead. The battle is now for 3rd. Oh, Blaney. Oh, wow. Sorry, not Blaney. Byron tried to throw the block on Larson. Did not quite reach it, so Larson will get around the high side. He went bottom to top to try to throw that block, and it just was not going to happen. Larson is on a charge right now. 4 to go. He's going to try and slide. There's not room, though. Briscoe throws it in hard to block, and now we've got a big stack up. Here comes Byron. Here comes Allmendinger. They're going to shove Briscoe all the way past Larson. Hendrick teammates screwing each other over. What else is new? Yeah, that move for Kyle Larson was a little over-aggressive. I don't think he anticipated that that side draft was going to slow that whole lane down as much as it did. It made it so the high lane cleared 4 rows above where they ended up. So Blaney got out front, but everybody else in that second lane ended up 4th or worse. Bowman is still on the hunt. Byron is trying to get away, but on the short run, Bowman can still hold it with him. That 5 wide was a little crazy. Last lap of the stage. Yeah, McDowell had to have been on 2. He is already way outside the top 20. So it appears the 2-tire stop may not have been the best idea. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think if you're out in the front of the field, you have a better shot. McDowell fell to 21st. So McDowell lost a lot of spots, but he didn't get to start up front. I think that's why I would have liked to do it from 15th. I think you can start up front, and by starting at the very front of the field in the clean air, you have a better shot of being able to hold it. But there's everybody coming across the line. Stage caution is out. Ryan Blaney, your stage winner. Then it's Bowman, Briscoe, Larson, Cindric, Byron, Allmendinger, Berry, Gragson, and Logano. Now, this is where I'm going to do another pit call. Oops, I need to be a poll though. Start a Q. No, not a QA. Start a poll. Now this one I will give the option. I'm not even going to give you guys the option of gas only. That would be so dumb. So it'll be about 80 laps on this run as well. So it'll be about the exact same as the first stage. So I am 100% on board with the 2 tires on this one. I think 2 tires pit about lap 30, 32 like everybody else did this time around, so that you're up front, but you don't have to run as long on your slightly off, your slightly skewed tire balance. You run about 30 laps on it, see what happens, and then if you're the first guy to pit road at lap 32, then you can come in, get your tires, and then, when you get back out and, you've had about 32 laps, you'll probably beat everybody to pit road by a lap or 2. You'll gain a bunch of track position that way, and then you just got to hold it. After that, it's just hold the position down the best you can. So remember, you have 5 laps total on, actually technically more like 4 laps. You have 4 laps on your left side tires at this point. I still like the gamble at 2. I know the tires wear out quickly. I know that's the case. But, I mean, if you can jump from, outside the top 20 into the front 5, I think you have a way better shot of holding it there. Because I just don't think you're going to pass your way through it. Only very specific cars seem to show that they have that much speed in their car. All right, here we go. Going to be coming to the pits this time by. Safety clean track. Okay, yep. Laps led without a team win. My goodness. 420 laps led at this racetrack, and Penske has not won. What? Oh, in the first 5 races of the season. Okay. There we go. That makes more sense. I was like, what? They've won at Homestead before. Joey won here. Like, what? All right, here they come. Interesting. Anybody staying out? No. No one staying out. Okay, so that's what I kind of suspected. I do think 2 tires is an option. Everyone's doing 4 so far up front. Let's see here. Oh, we got contact. Joey Logano spins Josh Berry on pit road. Chaos, pandemonium. Oh, boy, that was wild. What happened there? Joey Logano coming out of his pit box ends up hitting Josh Berry and spinning both of them out. And then the Penske sabotaging Penske continues. Let's see what happened here. So they're going to show us a replay. Oh, no, what? That's not the replay. Back it up. Box, your cameras are too zoomed in. So it looks like Joey and Barry just got squeezed. There was only 4 car spaces available based on where they were at. And so as they were exiting, Barry bounces off Larson, bounces into Logano, and around they both go. It's too narrow for 4 wide, and it didn't work. And now they're both sitting backwards in their pit stalls. So no one did the 2 tires. I'm still a little, I'm a little confuzzled. I really am. I think there's some opportunity for some track position for some of these guys. I mean, I think your tires wear out better. I think just in general, the car is going to be happier in the cleaner air. And with only 4 laps on tires, I think that would have been the best opportunity to take the 4. Hocevar stayed out? Well, this could be interesting. Either he stayed out or he took 2. Let's check the scoring monitor. No, he stayed out. So with 5 laps on his tires, Carson Hocevar stayed out. Another option, by the way. I mean, with only 5 laps of racing, you could go out there and just literally, like, putz around. You know? End of the last stage, you just say, you know what, I'm staying out at the stage. Everyone else will pit, so I'll just run at the back, and I'm just going to put no effort in. I'm going to put very little wear on my tires. I mean, there's a good argument that is the right way to go about it. We'll see here, though. I like the gamble. I mean, you want to give yourself a shot to win. You got to do things to give you a shot to win. And sometimes it's doing something crazy, but doing something crazy can work out in your favor when you're not that fast. Bell is in 4th? No, that'll correct. Okay, so that'll swing through and correct. Yeah, Carson Hocevar is going to stay on the track and try to lead into the next stage. With only, with only 4 laps on the tires, that we'll see. I thought 2 tires was a good gamble, but maybe no tires is a gamble. At least I got something to go off. I got a baseline now. Remember, Carson Hocevar is running outside the top 20. So he doesn't have to win. He doesn't have to maintain the lead. But if he can run, ahead of 15th by the time green flag pit stops start, it's a win. So looking at Homestead right now, they're just showing the aerial view. And yeah, they're going to go green with less than 80 laps in the stage. So it'll actually be even shorter than the first stage. I think he'll be honest. Or I think he also, yes, I think the realistic thing of him potentially getting swallowed up, very high possibility, for sure. I just think realistically, he was running 20th, so he can go all the way back to 20th. I think it's a good gamble. I think you're rolling the dice. You're saying, you know what, this may not work out for me, but it might. It's risky. I like risky. What I don't want to see is everybody just, well, we'll do the safe thing. And I mean, let's scroll down in the running order, or scroll down the running order and look. Here's a guy, Ryan Priest, Ty Gibbs, 18th and 19th right now. Okay, well, there's only literally 20, I guess there's 35 cars on lead lap. But so as they currently run, you could lose about 10 spots, like from where you are now. But if things work out, you could be at the lead. Okay, that's a good gamble. You know, like I think I'm willing to take that chance. If I'm running third, I don't want to take that chance because the chance of me going all the way to the back, it's like I can still win from third. That's a winnable position. 20th, 21st, that's not winnable. That's when you start using strategy to get track position because you're not going to pass 21 cars. You know, unless you're Kyle Larson and you showed that much speed in stage 1, you're not passing that many cars, so you better plan on something else to get you up front. All right. So it'll be 77 to go at the stage when they get to the line. Hocevar chose the bottom. Bowman chose the top. So we'll see how that works out. And they come back to the green. On to the restart they go. Carson Hocevar with a push from William Byron. And Hocevar is getting swallowed. He is going backwards in a hurry. Ooh, he just got in front of... Is that Austin Cindric? That is Austin Cindric. He just barely got in front of there. Wow, this is great racing. Meanwhile, up front, it is Bowman, Byron, and Blaney out front. Gragson running a slightly distant 4th. Oh, look at that. Denny Hamlin has found his way to the front. He is running in 5th. Nope, sorry, 4th. He just got around to Gragson. I can't even keep up with it. Oh, yeah, he's falling back. Let's see. Where's he at currently, though? He's still inside the top 20. It is early, though. Or wait, is he? Wait, where? I'm trying to see where he's at. So Bubba Wallace now looking to the inside of Noah Gragson. Yeah, Hocevar's still in the top 7. He's still running 7th. I'm not dissing this strategy just yet. Because he's running 7th and his lap times are okay. Like, I'm not saying he'll hold 7th. He'll still continue to drop. But if he drops slowly back to 15th, like, that's a good run. Like, that'll work. That would be considered a good strategy call still. So we'll see. He's running 7th. Let's see what his lap time was last time by. Last time by, he ran a 33.4. Everyone else ran 33.4, 34.3. I mean, he's right on pace. He's right on pace with everybody else that's on this current strategy at the moment. So he survived the first 2 laps where the tires are crazy fast on everybody else. And now that the tires have settled in, he's actually making a move on Noah Gragson for 6th. I'm telling you, that looked like a pretty good call. And now he is going to take that spot from Noah Gragson. Up off the corner, he will clear. He does. Carson Hocevar back into 6th. I think it's a good call, man. That 2 tires with only 4 tires on your left sides. Again, he's not going to go drive his way to the front, but the track position matters. And by being where he is now in 6th, I think his car's going to just handle better for the whole run. I think that's a great call. And by the way, shout out Denny Hamlin just moved into 3rd, so he has found his way to the front as well. Meanwhile, Bowman and Blaney are now side by side for the lead. Keeping an eye on it right now. Yeah, Carson Hocevar's pace is fine. His pace is just fine. He's going to get passed here by Bubba Wallace. Actually, he was trying to pass Bubba Wallace. That's for 5th. Dude, that gamble works. So you said he'd be falling back big time. I agree. That first lap looked really bad. But right now, Carson Hocevar, I mean, he's right there in 6th, and he's looking for 5th. I like that call, man. That's a good pit call. So staying out was, I don't want to say the right call, because I don't think it's the right call for everyone. But there was definitely some ground to be gained by the track position, because these tires seem to equalize after just a couple of laps. Noah Gragson is struggling big time on this run, though. He is either fighting off, I think it was Cindric there. Just, man, it's a tough crawl for Noah right now. Meanwhile, Ryan Blaney is setting pace out front. He is trying to drop the gear and disappear. Chase Elliott moves past Noah Gragson for the 8th spot. Shout out to this beautiful Chase Elliott diecast. His only Homestead quote-unquote victory. He won the championship there, but he didn't win the race. Still a gorgeous race win. Absolutely gorgeous. Feel bad for doubting him? Hey, I don't blame you. He did not look good in that first turn, but man, I was thinking this. I thought with the 2-tire option that you have, as far as the lack of laps on the left side, only 4-lap-old lefts and brand new rights, I think that would have been even better. So I think the opportunity could have been even better for some of these guys. But yeah, I mean, it was a tough turns 1 and 2 for Hocevar, but once he got through 1 and 2, he settled in just fine. And like I said, he's holding very steadily in 6th. So very, very good call there, because he was going to run 25th, and he wasn't going to drive his way to 6th. Now he holds this for another 15 laps, and he is right on pace with everybody else coming into green flag pit stops. I love that call. Good job, Carson Hocevar. I mean, it takes good skill to be able to fight everybody off when they're on new tires for those first couple laps. But once he settled in, he has been phenomenal. Great job. So Blaney now out to a 1-second lead. He is basically obliterating the field for the most part. There's really nobody touching him on lap time. Like, nobody's in his zip code right now. The only guys that are even somewhat close are Hamlin and Larson, probably. But Larson's going to take a little longer for that car to come in. He's out in 10th right now. Ugh. All right, looking at the lap times. Yeah, Blaney's still better, but it's a tight fight between them. So lap 23, I think last time we saw everybody pit around lap 32. I think that's going to be closer to 35, 36 right now. So about another 10, 11 laps before the first wave of guys will start to see pit road. Oh, Larson's going to try and pull a big slider. Is that going to work? No, he's going to hold the bottom. So he went all the way to the bottom. He's going to try and hold that lane. This is not going to work, though. Now he's trying to pull a slider. He does successfully pull the slider. And that's going to... Oh, man. Man, no, that was bad for Noah. Bad timing for that, because now he's going to be side by side, 3 wide now. So yeah, still probably another 10 or 11 laps before we start to see everybody looking at pit roads. Got to ask if you have any display cases for 164 you recommend. Got about 90 cars just kind of sitting on a shelf in Jenga blocks. Yeah, I think go on Amazon. There's a couple of different options. One of them holds like 60 and the other one holds a few less, but you can get one that holds about 45 cars, 40 cars, and get a pair of them. Or if you want to expand, look for a 50 car case. But I found a couple on Amazon that I thought were pretty good. They're close to $100, but at the same time they are pretty nice. Like you can hang them on the wall and just has some of the nice mounting options that I think would work pretty well. Gregson gets back around Briscoe, so good job to stem the bleeding as he was losing a lot of track position. Just that's the hard part about it. When you get passed by one guy and they side draft you, you lose all your speed, and then everyone else starts doing the same thing, corner after corner, and so you got to really get that honed back in so you don't keep losing that. Yeah, there's those, and then they have a magnetic door you can put on it, either that or a pin door, but there's different door styles you can get too that work pretty well. So Carson Hocevar now got passed by Austin Cindric. That was a battle for the 6th spot, but again, with only 10 to 15 laps to the green flag pit stops, I think this is going to work out just fine for Carson Hocevar. He's already in a much better spot than he was at the end of the other stage, so this is still a great call for that crew. Keeping an eye on it right now. Logano's progress is only 27th. So not a great run thus far for him. Now that being said, Looks like a lot of guys got a lot better. Blaney is not obliterating the field like he was the first time around. He's got a couple second lead, and it is still somewhat early in the run, but it does appear that they've gotten a lot tighter of a field now. Yeah, the ad rate at Fox is kind of out of hand right now. They just don't seem to understand how to keep the pace of the race going. They just keep slapping the commercial button over and over again, and doesn't do the fans any good, that's for sure. All right, keeping an eye on it. Looks like Hocevar, Elliott, and Larson are going to be at a battle for 7th here in just a minute. So we'll see if they do end up showing that when they come back. Lap 32. But like I said, I think it'll be 35 to 30 to 40 is when you'll start to see the stops this time around. I do think you'll have somebody jump first and try to be the first guy to pit road. But it depends. It's got to be somebody that's got an opportunity to gain a lot of track position. And there will be a few guys that have that opportunity. I think Kyle Larson could be one of those to go to do it. I think that might be a good strategy call for them. Because if he can get in and out of pit road faster than everybody else, show up and end up in like 4th position, now you've only got 3 cars you'll even have to contend with, so you can just start running good laps. See if you actually have the pace to catch the 12 today. Hopefully the director leaving is good. I don't know if it's going to change the commercial count, but I think it should change a lot of the other issues where we've got bad camera angles, dumb decisions being made on which camera to use at what time. Just I think some of the dumb stuff will go away, luckily. Yeah, lap time-wise, Kyle Larson is the fastest car on the track. So on the long haul, Kyle is better. And so I wouldn't be afraid of short pitting Kyle to get him some track position ahead of some of those guys right in front of him. Give him another few laps to, run. But that way, when he jumps if he can jump in front of them all, that gives him the opportunity to hold that ground. And on the long haul, he wouldn't have to pass so many cars like he did on the last time. I don't want to have him stay out for another 10 laps. I think I would pit him around lap 40. Do we already got guys coming to pit road? We do. Pit stops have started. Guys like Ross Chastain, Michael McDowell, Kyle Busch have all made stops. So pit stops are already started. They are going full bore. Shoot. Looks like Chase is going to be on the back end of pit stops again. Blaney is in this time by. Yeah, here come a bunch of them. An absolute bunch of them. Hamlin's going to run this thing out, though. I think he's going to run all the way to lap 45 and try to have the better tires at the end. I just don't know if it's going to work because it seems like this car is so bad in traffic, you want to jump the track position when you can. So, these guys jumped on the first lap around. Blaney and all those other guys came the second time around. So, yeah. he only missed pit road by 1 lap for Chase Elliott, which I think actually will work out in his favor because all he has to do is get out ahead of Cindric, and I think it'll be worth it. Cindric is now in this time by. Let's see where he cycles out. Larson and Hamlin still out on track. Obviously, with brand new tires, there goes Ryan Blaney. He will just disappear. William Byron also on fresh tires, but not fresh enough, and he will stay behind William Byron. Bubba Wallace right behind William Byron as well. He goes back to the lead lap. Here comes Bowman. He's going to cycle his way back to the lead lap. Holy moly. Fast lap right now out of Carson Hocevar. 32.9. That is crazy fast. So they're going to run this out for 3 more laps before these first 2 pit. There you see, Cindric going to go back around Larson. Now that's 2.7 seconds behind the lead. So lap time-wise for those guys at a 33.2, they'll catch the leaders in probably 2 laps. He'll get by Hamlin. That's where the biggest part is. You want to get by Denny Hamlin as soon as possible. That way, if a caution comes out, you're still on the lead lap. You can come back in and get your new tires. Cindric will get by Elliott there. He's got a really good short run car. Yeah, no pit penalties yet. Guys are really minding their P's and Q's after last week. I guess they all went to pit practice, though. That probably had something to do with it. Kyle Larson's still out there on the old tires, along with a handful of these other guys that are just going to run this thing out as long as they can. But 45 is now, so Denny Hamlin should be coming this time by. Looks like he is. And Larson will come in this time by. So Larson waits 1 extra lap. I'm not really sure what the idea behind waiting the extra lap is. Oh, we got Daniel Suarez spun around on pit road. Not sure if he was trying to get to his pit box, but that is not a caution. Hadn't he already pitted or no? I guess not. Well, I guess that was probably the reason Larson waited an extra lap, or at least a good reason to wait an extra lap, is there was a car sideways in his pit box. All right, keep an eye on it now. So guys that still need to pit include Josh Berry, Joey Logano, and that's it. Just Josh Berry and Joey Logano. And Josh Berry's coming this time by. So Kyle Larson did not lose as much time this time around. It looks like he's going to come out in about 10th, and he's still running some crazy good lap times. So there's a good chance he's going to be able to, probably going to be able to hold serve, at least moving forward from there. He was 20-something last time around, so lost a lot less time because of where he was running versus where he did the first time when he stayed out as long as he did. So meanwhile, out front, lap times from the leader, 33.9. Lap times from Denny Hamlin, 33.6. 33.4 out of Kyle Larson. But those tires will equalize, and with a 12-second gap, he's got 35 laps to try to chase it down. Keeping an eye as they run right now. Yeah, looks like we've still got Byron, Bubba, and Bowman. So we're going to get a B winner at this point. It's going to be Blaney, Byron, Bubba, Bowman. One of the four right now. Cindric is your first non-B. And then Carlin Bosevar with his silent B, or whatever he wanted to say his name was. Carson Hosevar with a B. Still running 6, by the way. Great strategy call. Great strategy call. I cannot shout it out enough. How great call. That was such a good call. I'm not going to say I was right, but, you know, might have been right. I'm kind of surprised. I thought Ty Gibbs was going to have a lot more speed today, and still just riding 20th. Really not showing much again. All right, looks like Hamlin and Larson should be catching and getting around Chase Elliott here soon. They are on the slightly newer tires. We are now officially at 30 to go in the stage. Very quiet up front, though. It is just Blaney, Byron, Bubba. I mean, the first real car that we see that has like a legit battle on their hands is going to be Chase Elliott battling with Hamlin and Larson to hold off for 7th. That's the first real battle on the track. Keeping an eye on it here. Larson is almost to Elliott. He should get there here in the next lap, I would think. He's still running really good lap times, too. 34 flats. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to get back to Ryan Blaney. The thing is, they're still 10 seconds behind him. So even with the newer tires, I don't know. They've only made up 2 seconds thus far. I don't think that'll quite be enough to get back to him. Ryan Blaney has been absolutely dominant today. Keeping an eye on it right now. 2.8 is the gap back to second. Gibbs is still only 19th. Man, what a tough start to the year for him. I was really thinking he was going to have a better run than this. Still not over. Obviously, still got a long way to go, but the speed just still does not appear to be there. So Larson is 10 seconds back. Hamlin is 9. Still 22 laps to go. That's a good long ways to get there, but it's still going to take a lot longer than what the pace they're running right now, which is not bad. But it's going to take a little more than that. I don't think they have enough to get to Blaney. They might have enough to get to Bubba. I think Bubba's the benchmark is where they want to get to. Lace Chase has top 10 speed. I mean, it'd be nice if he wasn't the slowest Hendrick car for once, but, you know, 2nd, 3rd, 6th, and 9th. I don't know. I just wish, honestly, I just wish we had just I wish they'd made a change in the offseason. I think, you know, you can tell when a guy has good but not great speed. I mean, Bowman has looked a lot better this year. I will say that. We've seen much better speed out of Alex Bowman. But I would be pretty impressed if we could see a guy like what's his name? Scott Zipadelli, I think. Corey Haim's crew chief. I mean, those trucks are always freaking fast. Like, I would like to see guys like that potentially get the opportunity at Hendrick. Because he also can use some strategy too, but yeah. It is better. I mean, outside of 2020, Chase has never really been great here, so seeing good pace is not a bad thing. I think it's just the more of a disappointing side of where it's like another year where you're going to have all your teammates have problems before you're going to win a race because your teammates are always going to be faster than you, and that's the bummer. You know, it's not like Penske where you've got first, seventh, and like Joey Logano way out back, and then there's other guys like, you know, 2311, you got Reddick. Reddick's not that far back, but Bubba's running third. I mean, some of it's circumstance, some of it there's just guys that are better at certain tracks, but I don't know. I think it's just a little bit of a bummer. Because, yeah, his car's falling off pretty bad right now. He was looking like he was going to be able to run down Carson Hocevar and maybe Austin Cindric, but his lap times continue to get worse, so... Ooh, Bowman going to get strong back around the outside of Hamlin. That's exactly what Larson wants to see. He wants to see this turn into a full-fledged battle to bring him into it. Because, yeah, Chase's lap times have fallen off, and they are staying falling off. They haven't gotten any better. But with only 17 laps to go, hold the position, collect your 2 stage points, move into stage 3, make a couple more adjustments, see what can work with it. Hamlin and Larson are now 8 seconds back at the moment. Actually, 7.5 on the leaderboard. So 7.5 seconds. I don't know. Martinsville, yeah, that's true. Martinsville, he ran pretty good last year, just didn't have the long run. Again, that's the biggest issue I've noticed is that long runs, his car is just straight up worse than the rest of his teammates on the long haul. I don't know why that is either. Reddick is currently in 11th, so that's where he's running at. A little surprising for how well he ran here in the fall, obviously winning the race. 6.8, man, whereas Ryan Blaney's got to be in some traffic right now because Hamlin and Larson are catching him quick. Yeah, he's running really bad lap times. Yeah, Blaney is really caught in some traffic right now, and it's allowing the 11 and the 5 to really close the gap. I mean, even Byron's starting to close the gap back down. Yep, exactly. 2021 Fall Martinsville. Elliott dominated so much of that race, only for his car to just completely fall off at the end. Just bad adjustment after bad adjustment. And it's just like, man, that was such a bummer. And like I said, there's other factors. I mean, I think Alan Gustafson's a fine crew chief. I just don't think he's a top tier guy. And if I would, obviously, as a Chase Elliott fan, I want him to be with the best potential guy he can. You know. Oh, well, Brad turned him too, but he wasn't even sniffing the lead anymore at that point, because I remember that was just the cherry on top. It was like, man, what happened? His car was running so good. He was leading, and then all of a sudden he's like falling back, and then he got spun. So it just made it was just like worse to worse. 2021 was a tough season, because he won a couple races, but my goodness, he could have won about 4 more. So at the moment, with 13 laps to go in the stage, Larson is 5 seconds back. Byron is still closing in, guys. This is getting close. He's coming right up to the back of Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney's tires are not happy with him. He is losing big chunks of time. I mean, big chunks of time trying to get by these two. Look at how fast William Byron's getting up there. I mean, that is some significant traffic. Like I said, the front guys, they are chopping seconds off the lead at this point. It's getting much tighter up front. Hamlin 4th, Larson 5th as they run. Now that Blaney's in the, sorry, not Blaney, now that Byron's in the traffic, he also is starting to struggle with the air. Can't quite get it to mount down. So we are in an interesting spot. Gen 6 road course and short track. Well, that stunk because he got wrecked at Charlotte after being dominant too. That's got to be sucky, Junebug. You got to see him get just waxed out of 2 different opportunities. Holy moly, look at this. We're going to have a 4-car battle for the lead here soon. They're down to 3 seconds back. And there's still 11 laps to go. I mean, they cannot seem to get past these lap cars. Byron's now up in the mix, but he can't go anywhere either. Holy cow, look at that. 3 seconds back for Larson and for Denny Hamlin. They are closing in quick. This is a perfect example of what I was talking about, how it's so important for the car to have newer tires. Because right now, you see the issue or the situation up front. Brian Blaney's having trouble lapping cars because they pitted on the very same lap as him. So he's only a marginal amount better, where if you can pit 5, 6, 7 laps and have a big gap on tires, that's going to give you an opportunity to actually go run them down. I mean, this thing is going to get tight, guys. They're within 2 seconds. It's getting there. All right, so now to the bottom goes Riley Herbst. Blaney stays up top. Byron stays 1 lane off the wall. And they are all still struggling. Meanwhile, here goes Hamlin past Bubba. He'll slide right by on the inside. That moves him up into the 3rd spot with Larson still right behind. Here comes Larson. Oh, he's going to go way up on the fence. Yeah, they are coming, and they are coming quick. Larson now only a 1.5 seconds back. I mean, they can see him. This is going to be a battle all the way to the end of the stage here, guys. These lap cars are holding up, and I think this is just another indictment on how bad this race car is. Because he was dominant, lapping cars. Now they all got out of the way. So Blaney now has his own lane up top. Oh, wait, Michael McDowell's going to pull the slider. Sorry, that's not Michael, that's Todd Gilliland. Todd Gilliland going to have to give him room. Didn't quite complete the slide job. He tried to slide up and block. Not going to work. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin's going to blow by William Byron. 6 laps to go. Chastain going to run the wall, so that's going to put Blaney 1 lane off the top. Byron still trying to chase. These lap cars are all sorts of trouble. Ooh! Riley Herbst just about got into Kyle Larson and sent him spinning. Five laps to go. Meanwhile, oh man, all over the back of Ryan Blaney is Denny Hamlin. Ross Chastain still just blocking as hard as he can. Meanwhile, Kyle Larson going to go all the way downstairs to the bottom. He's going to try and hook that bottom. Pretty good exit speed. He's going to slide right up in line in front of Todd Gillen. 3 wide. Sorry, not 3 wide. It's going to be 2 wide for the lead. Now Larson looking in from behind. Hamlin goes to the bottom, and he will slide away into the front. Here comes Kyle Larson. He's going to go rim riding around the very bottom of the racetrack, trying to sneak up into second. He is not quite able to do so. So Denny Hamlin goes to the lead with Ryan Blaney absolutely pinned in traffic. I mean, those 2 cars just boxed him in and basically used up his car. Now, as they run with 4 laps to go, Larson will clear. He'll be able to pull up in front. And, ooh, Blaney with the crossover. So Blaney's going to cross him over here. Then Larson's going to send it in nice and deep. And he's going to get up along the wall and probably disappear. I think he's going to have a faster car. 3 laps to go. And we've got a 4/10 of a second gap. Let's see if Larson can do anything with it. So at 3 to go. Two to go. Larson is better. He's running right on that wall, and he is really gaining some speed on him. Coming around, it'll be 1 to go in the stage. Larson is there. Which lane will he go with? Hamlin's going to go to the bottom. Larson's going to run the wall again. Hamlin slides all the way bottom to top, and here with a big run down the backstretch comes Kyle Larson. Off into turn 3. Cole Custer going to run high. Is he going to block Denny? He is! Cole Custer pulls the block on Denny Hamlin. Now here comes Kyle Larson to the bottom. It's going to be a drag race down to the line. Down to the line, Denny Hamlin will win the drag race. What in the world was that? Woo-hoo-hoo! Dude, that was some fun racing right there. End of stage number 2. Your running order: Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Bubba Wallace. After that, we've got Bowman, Cindric, Elliott, Hocevar, and Reddick. Carson Hocevar with the staying out strategy definitely paying off there. That was a tremendous call. And Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin, by running long, also having good race cars. That's the other part. They have good cars. Running long definitely helped them get there and win the stage. However, another part that has to be talked about, those 2 lap cars absolutely boxing Ryan Blaney in for about 12 laps. If that doesn't happen, if it's the end of the race, Ryan Blaney probably isn't either not that patient or they're going to get those guys out of the way. But outside of that, I don't know if they catch Ryan Blaney. I think they were that bad. Those lap cars just boxed him in for so many laps. I think it just ate his tires up. He ends up finishing 3rd still, but definitely probably not happy about losing that stage to those lap cars. So 18 stage points for Ryan Blaney today. Very good run. Yeah, that was a tremendous race. Absolutely fantastic. Hendrick Motorsports looks strong. They are literally 2, 4, 6, and 8 right now. They'll be coming to their stops. I would do a pit call here, but it's probably obvious. It's 4 tires and fuel. I'm going to take my pit stop here real quick, and then fill my water. Full tank of fuel, And then we'll be right back for pit stops. All right. I'm going to be coming back. Pit stops next time by. Get that plate out of here. I don't need that. All right. So 2311 with both cars in the top 10. Also, all 4 Hendrick cars in the top 10. 2 Penske cars. And then 1 Joe Gibbs Racing car and 1 Spire Motorsports car. Joe Gibbs Racing runs 1st, 12th, 18th, and... Who's the other one? Who am I forgetting? Oh, Bell. Bell had that crash earlier. I think he's still struggling. I'm pretty sure Bell is... Yeah, he's 35th. So yeah, Bell is not really a factor. He is 1 lap down off the pace in 35th. Kyle Busch also 34th. Man, rough speed for Kyle Busch this time out. Oof. All right, going to be coming to pit road this time by. All right, here they come to the pit road. Blaney gets a little wonky in his box. That's interesting. I hope he's able to get out. Yeah, tough pit stop for Ryan Blaney there. Pulled into his box a little weird. He'll get in and out just fine. Here's a battle off pit road. Who's missing? Somebody. Oh, Blaney. Oh, my word. What happened to Blaney? Where did Blaney go? I don't even know if he's in the top 10. That was a rough stop for Ryan Blaney after dominating the race. This is another one that just might be slipping away. First car off pit road, though, Kyle Larson. I've had some ads pop up, by the way. I didn't know if you knew. Yeah, that's what YouTube decided to go with. I used to be able to manually add them in later, and then it wasn't allowing me to do that. So they just randomly will pop up every so often. I think I have the ability to pause when they happen. So I should be able to pause them at obviously critical moments like the end of the race. When I felt like, last 2 laps, I can just hit I think it's a pause button. Let's see what it says. Delay, so I can delay it, and whenever I don't know how long it delays it for, but I think I can basically delay it and then manually reinsert it, so we don't miss any of the big stuff like stage endings and not like roll it. Why not? I'm not here, so I may as well throw it. But yeah, it automatically rolls them in because otherwise it doesn't let me add them later. It's not. I mean, it's like I just wish it was a lot easier to control. It'd be really nice to be able to be like, stage end, here's a quick little ad, because at the end of the day, they do pay nice for the channel side of things, which, again, I don't make crazy amounts of money on this channel at all. It's just nice to have little bits, and so, if I can get that taken care of through that method, it works really nicely. Okay, Ryan Blaney came out 9th, all the way back in 9th. Bubba Wallace came out in 4th. He's been hanging in all day today in the top 5, so keep an eye out. If this is Bubba Wallace's day to break through and snag that win, I would not be shocked. It would be a surprising win going into the weekend, but not surprising with how he's run today. Okay, not choosing yet. Denny Hamlin with a stage win. I didn't even look. Where's Denny Hamlin? He's 12th in standings. So we're going to shout out, or not shout out, we're going to go back to a couple of the guys in the standings and just talk about how far back they are right now. One of the biggest ones, Cody Ware. He's made every race this year, and he's 37th in points. 37th. Like, Jimmy Johnson has more points, and he raced once. Cole Custer is just above that. Oh, my goodness. 34th in points is Ty Gibbs. Oh, my word. Right in front of him, Noah Gragson. So, very tough starts to the year for these guys. Ouch. Other guys noticeably far back in points, Brad Keselowski, 30th in points, and even today, I don't see great speed out of Brad, so really got some work to do there. Other surprises back there? No, not really. I think AJ in 23rd, obviously we're looking at road courses. This is his opportunity to make hay while the sun... Oh, gosh. What? Oh, great. So Chase Elliott to the back of the field, not single file on pit road. Something they never call, ever. They choose to randomly call today. So another race where Chase is getting screwed. All right, well, his race is over, so I guess it'll be a Larson-Hamlin-Blaney battle. I mean, he wasn't going to win anyway, but my gosh. How many times are they going to have random pit road rules like this? If you're going to enforce it, freaking enforce it. But if somebody checks up on pit road and you dive to the left to dodge them, I don't understand how that's a penalty. You're just supposed to ram into the back of them? We've had 2 cars spin on pit road today. Ridiculous. Yeah, apparently you have to say single file until you pull into your pit box. He pulled left and then went into his pit box, ended up alongside Austin Cindric. That's illegal now. Apparently. They never call it, but they did today, so therefore it's time to, create stupid rules for stupid reasons. Wow, that's unfortunate. Well, there goes that race. So at the restart, Larson is going to get out ahead, and then it's going to be Hamlin and Bubba battling for second. 3 and 4 wide all over the place. Looks like Briscoe trying to shoot the middle there. Man, Ryan Blaney's still just not getting anything out of that. Got shuffled back in the pack and is still hanging around back there. Outside the top 10 now. Dude, what the heck? I mean, if NASCAR called it every week, I could understand it. The fact that they never call it on anybody, and then they randomly will decide, now we're going to call it, it's annoying. It's the same thing as the restart violation. Somebody jumped early before the box. They never call it, and then they randomly pick who they're going to screw by calling it. If you call it every week the same way, it doesn't happen. But they don't do that. So that's my problem with it, and it's driven me nuts for years. They did the same thing to Martin Truex in 2017. I remember how mad he was. Dominated at Kansas. Came to pit road, and suddenly they're like, he didn't come in single file. And he's like, what? What do you mean single file? We never have had that issue. If we pull to the inside of someone as we're coming into our pit box, it's not an issue. But NASCAR decided that day they were going to screw Martin Truex, and they did. Now, he was running for the win. Chase was not going to win this race. It doesn't matter what, but it's still just a matter of finally when you get into a good running position, to the back you go. What a pain. So 90 laps will be the stage. Bubba Wallace is now out in front. He has gotten around Kyle Larson and is trying to set sail. It's Bubba, Larson, and Hamlin out front at the moment. Ryan Blaney has fallen to 11th on the scoring chart. Now he's up to 6th. What? Can I see how he went from 11th to 6th in one lap, please? That seems like something that's going to be really cool to see. Like, really cool. My goodness, Ryan Blaney is on a rail right now. He just got all the way back up to 6th, and he's looking at Byron for 5th. And Ryan Blaney's right back in contention right now, guys. He's up to 5th, and he is right behind this battle for 2nd with Larson, Hamlin, and Bowman. So he's right back into contention just like that. It was that quick. I think Lee Diffie's going to be NBC this year. I haven't heard anything about anything different. Keeping an eye on this battle here. It looks like Blaney's settled right into 5th. Hasn't been able to go anywhere just yet. Now he does get around Alex Bowman. That'll be for 4th. So Blaney's right back in the hunt. I mean, this reminds me a little bit of the Coke 600 in 2023 where dominates the race, gets shuffled late, drives right back to the front, and then goes out and wins the race. So if he wins a race, I think it's going to be a lot like that Coke 600 day back in 2023. Since when is the single file thing a rule? I think it's always a rule. They just never enforce it. So they just randomly choose when they want to enforce it. Now, the thing is, he was on the inside of a Penske car, so that makes a big difference because Penske cars are officiated very differently from the rest of the field. Like, if you push your teammate past another guy, it's no, like, that's kind of considered aiding a car in front of you. You're not supposed to do that. You're interfering with the race. But if Joey Logano happens to have a teammate 60 laps down like Ryan Blaney, pit for fresh tires, and then push him all the way to the lead to win Las Vegas and lock into the championship four, then it's fine because it's a Penske car. So I'm not a fan of Penske because they've bent and broken rules constantly, and it drives me nuts. And nothing will drive me more nuts than the 2018 championship race, where Brad blatantly dumped Daniel Suarez to cause a caution so that Joey Logano could win that race, because he was not going to win unless there was a caution with 20 to go. So then Brad completely junked the 19 for no reason. And yeah, I'm still mad about that because I thought the idea that you're going to crash a competitor to cause a yellow, that's scummy. If you're going to cause a caution, spin on your own. You know, spin yourself out. But you're not, I mean, to crash a competitor I thought was so unacceptable. And they just said, oh, it's fine. So Hocevar's on pit road. And, oh, it's under the hood. Oh, that's a bummer. Big day for Hocevar gone wrong now, and he's going to have to... Oh, Blaney does not quite clear the 11, so he'll have to slide back in. Hood is up, and they are going to take a little bit on this one, so that's probably going to end Carson Hocevar's day, at least competitively. He may not be fully done, but competitive race for the lead, that's all but over. So, keeping an eye on the battle right now, battle for third. Ryan Blaney to the inside of Denny Hamlin. He shot to the lead right at the start of this race, and he has done the same thing right now. The minute you shuffle him into traffic, he just runs right through the traffic and heads right to the lead. That 12 car deserves to win this race. I don't care what you say about it. I mean, they executed decently. Obviously got screwed on some lap traffic here not that long ago, but we'll see if he's able to recover and get that lead. But it's going to be, I think, a Blaney Hocevar day, or a Blaney Larson day. I think Bubba, if he can hold on, has a shot. But we'll see what long run speed that 23 shows. Because right now he's still running decent laps, but Larson is starting to close back in. Also, shout out to Austin Dillon, all the way up to 12th. So as bad as Kyle Busch has been today, the 3 car is looking pretty darn sporty. Oh, man, Kyle Busch in 31st. I don't know if there's damage on that 8 car or if they're just that bad, but my goodness. Battle now for 4th. Bowman's starting to close in on Hamlin. Meanwhile, Blaney's still a second back of Larson, who's half a second back of Bubba for the lead. 24 laps down with 80... No, not even 80. It's 78 laps to go. So 78 laps to go in the stage yet. Hey, there we go. Elliott pulling the slide job out. There we go. Finally learning how to use the slide job method. Drives me nuts when he tries to pass someone the same way 4 times and doesn't ever get the job done. It's like, hey, pull the slider out. It's a good move. Works good. I wouldn't be afraid of splitting this into thirds, maybe. I don't know if you want to split into thirds. The only argument for splitting it into thirds would be if a caution comes out before your second pit stop, you're in great shape. I mean, if you're 23rd in Chase Elliott's position, I think I'd split it into thirds. I'd go 34 and 64. Or 34 and then just see if I can run it out, but I would definitely be willing to do it. I think the chances of a caution coming out during everyone else's green flag cycle are pretty high, so I wouldn't be afraid of it. I would run it. I'd go about 7 more laps, I'd pit, and then I would do the same thing on the next pass. I mean, heck, again, this is the part of me, though, where it's like, go for the win. Go give yourself a shot to get out front if something falls your way. Because I think the odds of a caution happening around the pit stop sequence is pretty high. Loose wheels, spins on pit road, flat tires of guys trying to run long. Like, there's so many reasons cautions come out around pit stops. So if you're on the front end of it and you gain enough of that ground, I mean, right now he's only 11 seconds off the leader. So if you gain 12, 13 seconds because you pitted 10 laps earlier, you're going to be in pretty good shape. I mean, and of course, he's going to lose some more time before it's fully all said and done. But, you know, when everyone else pits, you're going to start getting run over. You know, you'll be in the third, you know, you'll be up front, and then people start passing you. But if a caution comes out and you all repit, you get a pit from that up front position. So Bubba, Larson, and Blaney all battling for the lead right now. Lap 29 of 102. Like I said, I don't know how many sets of tires they got, but I would not be afraid of doing lap 33. Because there's so much opportunity for a caution that if you cycle through the whole set of pit stops at about lap 50, you're going to probably be the leader. And any caution after that, between that and your stop, you will lead them to pit road. So I love that the potential for that to work out. Now, if you're a guy like anyone in the top 10, I don't know if it's a worthy strategy, but 23rd, 22nd, go for it. Go for it. You ain't going to win from back there anyway. Give yourself a shot. I think Busch has to leave RCR. That's hard to say, man. I can't say for sure that it's RCR, though, is the hardest part. I think Kyle just doesn't adapt to this car that well. I mean, 2022, he only won at the dirt race, but other than that, I mean, he ran competitively, but never quite had the handle on the car. And then, you know, Adam Stevens on, I guess Adam Stevens was never on his, I think that was Bell on that one. So maybe there's an argument to it. I mean, Richard Childress has never had championship caliber race teams since the early Harvick days. But the problem is who's going to hire him. I mean, who's going to pick up Kyle Busch? I thought Trackhouse would have been a good option. I still think, depending on any other teams available, I think if the Wood brothers had been interested, that would have been a great choice. A full Penske affiliate with Kyle Busch knowledge is quality. So yeah, about now, 33 laps is where they're at. This would be the point where I would be willing to gamble and take that first pit stop and just say I'm going to two-stop this stage. Because again, it's not necessarily about it being the fastest way to win the race. It may still be pretty fast. I'm not sure. But I think it also gives you the opportunity for a caution to really benefit you in a good way. I still like the idea of a two-stop strategy, man. I really do. I think you would actually be able to gain enough time on it. I'm a little surprised nobody's thinking about it. They're gonna all split it about 50 and 50. I just think a two-stopper would do well here. I could be wrong, but I'm willing to be wrong too. I'd give it a shot. I think it would work out. Big battle for the lead still raging on between Bubba Larson and Ryan Blaney. Kind of kept all the cars in check. Nobody's able to really sneak away. Come on, somebody go with the three-stop or the two-stop strategy. Come on, somebody do it. So little creativity in this sport. I don't get it. Come on, somebody go for it. Oh, here comes Larson to the bottom. He's going to look at the lead from Bubba. Bubba against the wall. Larson 2 lanes down. Coming up out of the corner. Bubba with the run, but Larson is almost there. No, he will tuck back in line. Great battle up at the front. Denny Hamlin's starting to close back in. This 4-car battle for the lead is getting interesting. Man, nobody's going to do the two-stop. Dang. I just think it would work. I mean, you'd be running 2 seconds a lap faster. And that's for 20 laps. That's like 40 seconds. Like, you would basically have covered your gap difference. And you do it twice. I feel like a two-stopper would work here. Man, oh man, that drives me nuts. I just want someone to try it. Isn't there? Where's the Trackhouse car? Oh yeah, Chastain's a lap down. How did he get a lap down? Wait, how did he get a lap down? Oh, I don't know how he got a lap down. Oh, Adam Stevens did it with Christopher Bell. But that was 184. That was still 20 laps ago. Nobody pitting yet. God, I don't know, man. I just feel like the opportunity is there. Let's see. BS penalty. I seen Chase stay out. People under the 9 team complained up a storm about him trying something different. Yeah, I mean, I think that worked out for him though. That's the thing is when they try strategy, it typically works. That's why it drives me nuts. I mean, Carson Hocevar is a prime example of that. Before his engine issue that ended up knocking him out of the race, I mean, he stayed out and literally went to a top 10 car. Like, top 10 for Carson Hocevar all of a sudden. Like, I just wish guys had a little more guts. Gamble for it, man. Go for it. Give yourself a shot. Although I think we got a caution here. Everyone's lap time slowed significantly, and it's Ryan Blaney! Oh my goodness, he's blown up again! Oh no! Is that the third time this year he's blown up? Oh my goodness! Another excellent run, totally down the drain for Ryan Blaney. Wow. I don't know what to say. I mean, he was so fast. Yeah, that's an engine right there, man. Well, there you go, guys. I guess everybody's glad they didn't do the two-stop strategy because that would have pinned them a lap down. Oh, gosh. I like the idea of trying strategy, but it looks like it would have just literally backfired. See, the thing is, it would have quote-unquote backfired, but you still would have been on the lead lap, just with some slightly older tires, is all. You would have had to wave around, though, so I don't know. Or, would you have gotten the free pass? You might have gotten the free pass. I don't know. Again, still one of them things where it's just like, shoot. Man. That is tough for Ryan Blaney, guys. I mean, I don't know what else you can say. Just keeps having trouble. I'm not going to do a pit call on this one, because, I mean... everyone's doing 4 tires and fuel here. Now, how many laps to go are there? There are 60 laps to go, so they are just inside the fuel window. Yeah. 60 laps to go. I don't think you're going to see anybody stay out. Or I shouldn't say stay out. I don't think you're going to see anyone try to do a 2-stop strategy from here. Oh, Ryan Blaney has been so quick this year and just continues to have bad luck. And if you look at the standings, Ryan Blaney was 7th after running so well all year, and this is going to plummet him outside the top 10 most likely. Maybe not. Top 10's not running all that hot, so he actually may be all right. But 64 behind William Byron, and obviously Byron looks like he's going to still score a bunch of points, so... What a bummer. All right, so we're going to get prepared. We should have our 2 tires maybe? No, not here. Nope, not with 45 laps on your tires. It's all 4 all around for these guys. Yep, no strategy to be played here. This is just going to be 4 tires and fuel, and then that's pretty much all there is for this. There's gunk all over that 12 car. Come on. Come on, get the car out of the way and let's go. What are we waiting on? See, this is where I almost kind of wish NASCAR had a little bit more of a standard procedure. Like, hey, if your engine blows up and you're leaking oil and stuff, don't even bother stopping in your pit box. Just go get off the racetrack. Like, go park on the apron. We'll tow you from there. But, like, now there is literal gunk all over pit road, at least for sure around his box. I don't know. I just wish they had a little bit, some different methods to try and help clean these things up faster, keep the racing going, because all these breaks in the action are not good for it. Let's see. I didn't get a chance to see just yet. So the exact words from NASCAR is, they're not interested in anything. Oh wait, no, that's not. Is that Alan Gustafson's thing? Basically, they show this clip. Chase was trying to get to pit road. Big stack up. He jumped to the left to not run into the back of Austin Cindric. That's the penalty. You can't jump to the left. You're supposed to just run through the back of Austin Cindric, because for some reason, spinning a guy out on pit road, not a penalty. Dodging him and not running over him, penalty. Stupid. See here. Trying to see. Gonna take a little bit to clean up this Ryan Blaney mess, is what it's saying. Oh, wow. Apparently the IndyCar race on Fox had technical issues, so now NASCAR is on Fox, and IndyCar is not being broadcasted. Oof. Complete power failure. Yep, so apparently there's a power failure at the Thermal Club, and IndyCar is basically power outage. Is the race still going? Holy moly, what is going on? Yeah, NASCAR is taking over on Fox. Oh, Alex Palou won. Okay. So, race is over. Let's look at the results because we literally couldn't see it. Here we go. Palou, award. Rossi got 9th. Good for him. So between award and... Yeah, award and Palou were the two to beat. Lundgaard ends up in 3rd. Herta 4th. Rosenquist 5th. Power, Armstrong, Kirkwood, Rossi. Newgarden 13th. That's interesting. He's usually not that far back. And Scott McLaughlin out of the race. So, yeah, a couple of kind of shockers. Meanwhile, pit stops have begun as they come to pit road. There's a lot of cars pulling into pit boxes. Penalty, 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 all of them. You can't pull out a line. You not even to pit. Don't even pit. You can't even pit in your box. You have to stay in a single file line all the way through pit road. Penalize them all. I can be so unreasonable sometimes. All right, here they come off pit road. Bubba Wallace looks like he's going to win the battle off pit road. The Columbia Toyota. First off pit road, Larson, Hamlin, Bowman, Reddick. Cindric and everybody else. Can't quite go to that one. Hey, there's Denny Fan. Welcome on in. Yeah, that was unfortunate. How am I? I am good. I got my Homestead cars here. None of these are for sale. That's not for sale. Those two aren't for sale. I got my Homestead cars. Got my other elites here. Just, it's a good day. It was a good day outside of the stupid penalty for Elliott. But he wasn't a race winning car the whole time anyway. So not like the worst thing in the world. Just kind of, just kind of irky. Like, come on. So more of that. But uh-oh, do we got a penalty? Nope, I'm just looking. I'm trying to keep track of everything. They got the little flow on the uniform there. Here. What do we got going on for... Illinois and Kentucky. Duke took care of Baylor. So nothing really happening in the college basketball realm. All right. So here they came off pit road. Let's see what they're actually scored at now. Working at Casey's. You can't say that. I have the Quick Trip car. Okay. I have the Quick Trip car. But I also do have the Casey's car. So. No, I just I wore this to church this morning, so I didn't bother to change out of it. Shirt's comfy, so I'm not gonna dirty up an extra set of clothes if I don't have to. Come and go. Unfortunately, nah. They came and went because I'm pretty sure they have sold out now. So there's only a handful of those even left. And I say half of them. 2 and 24 speeding. Ooh. Byron and Cindric speeding on pit road. To the back of the field they will go. Big deal for Cindric and Byron, because for Cindric especially, he's not locked into the playoffs. And I'm going to go look at his standings right now. He was running, 21st in the standings. With this good run today, he was looking to put himself into the top 15. But now he will go to the back. Wait, did a driver ever actually be sponsored by Come and Go? No. Sold out means the gas station, I think, they've sold to a new bigger company that's going to rename them or something. Because they actually originated. I gotta look. Let me look and see where the original Come and Go was. Come and Go origin was in, yep, that's what I thought, Hampton. So Hampton, Iowa is the originator of the Come and Go gas station. That was in 1975. This is just Google search. But anyway, Hampton is literally like an hour south of where I grew up. And so I used to go through that town all the time. And I don't even know if they have a Come and Go anymore. Because like I said, they got big, they sold, and now it's like somebody else. So they're I don't know if they're going to keep the names of them around or not. But there's still a handful of them sitting there labeled up as are. But I don't know if they'll eventually be renamed or not. How about Casey Kane, second in the high limit? Heck yeah, I was watching. It was him and Brad Sweet. It was the only time I had rooted for Brad Sweet to have an issue. I was like, second on the last lap, if Brad Sweet were to go up and smoke in the exit of turn 2 and just pull to the infield, it would be really cool to see Kane just squeak in there and go get a win. Oh my gosh, we are 3 wide for the lead. Bubba down low, Larson in the middle, Bowman up high. Now Bubba will clear 3 wide behind him with Hamlin, Larson, and Bowman. Off into turns 3 and 4 they go. Looks like it'll be Hamlin on the bottom, Larson in the middle, Bowman up top. And Larson will drop back to third. Off of turn 4, side by side for second though. Hamlin going to put on the big old side draft to Alex Bowman. Still side by side for second. Bubba Wallace sneaking away. 50 laps to go. Here comes Tyler Reddick. That car is suddenly looking a lot better. Also, Chase Briscoe into the top 5. Actually, top 6. Sorry, he's in 6th. Ooh, tough squeeze. Oh, boy, I don't think that Larson's going to be too happy about that one. There was not a gap, and Hamlin just squeezed Larson into the fence trying to fit his way in line. I'm pretty sure Larson's going to hit Denny Hamlin on this turn if he doesn't get in line. I would not have been shocked at all. Meanwhile, Noah Gragson back into the top 10. Great run for the 4 team. Get him up along that wall. Keep him moving. All right, Larson has solidified into second. Then Hamlin third. Sorry, not second. That's third. So it's Wallace, Bowman, Larson, Hamlin. Top 4 with 48 laps to go. Austin Dillon up to 8th, ladies and gentlemen. I got to give him a shout out. That team has been so bad to start the year, and they are looking really nice today. Great job getting up into the running for Austin Dillon. Briscoe going to pull the slider on Hamlin. Ooh, he had to lift. And so now Chase Briscoe will move into the 4th position. As that's Chris Buescher. Here come the bees. Chris Buescher now to the front. He's looking to the bottom. We've got Bowman charging. We've got Briscoe charging. We've got Buescher charging. The killer bees will not be stopped. Meanwhile, 9/10 of a second lead for Bubba Wallace. He is running out, trying to run away out front. Oh, Hamlin coming back after Briscoe. That is going to be a battle for 4th. He's to the inside, side by side off turn 4. 45 laps to go. This is going to be a long run to the end of this race. Still a really tough battle going there. First, second, third have singled out. Battle is for 4th. With Chris Buescher now looking on. Is he going to go top to bottom? Can't see because they flipped the camera away. We had a 3-wide battle for freaking 4th, and Fox flips the camera away. Like, this is the brain-dead things that producer is doing that I just cannot understand. Now you've jinxed a caution. I don't think a caution's a bad thing for Chase, but so I don't think I would mind it because he's going to need it. Running in 18th and falling back because... yeah, not good. Not good. I say that and he just crawled to 15th. I don't know. He'd been falling backwards the entire time. Look at how all the cars are all over the racetrack. That's just awesome. That's good racing right there. Austin Dillon, he's to the inside of Tyler Reddick. He's going to try and take the 7th spot. Wow, Austin Dillon, where did he come from? And ascended it on the bottom. Meanwhile, battle for 9th. Ryan Preece has entered the top 10. It just shows you just all day, you just plug and plug away, and at the end of the race, you can show up at the front. 41 laps to go. Still a very, very long way to go on this. This is a long, long run we're going to have, barring a caution. So it's very important for these guys not just to, get what they can while they're running here, but also to have a chance to maintain tires, because this is the longest run they're going to ask their tires to go. The most anyone's run today is 40 laps, and they're going to have to go over 50 this time. Austin Dillon will not leave Tyler Reddick alone. He continues to try to get by that 45 car. Meanwhile, as they go side by side, here comes AJ Allmendinger up to the back of them. That'll be for 7th. 9/10 of a second is the gap. Briscoe and Larson. Did Briscoe get by Larson? He did. Larson scrubbed the fence. Chase Briscoe goes by, and Bowman and Briscoe are now in position. It's Bubba, Bowman, and Briscoe, the Killer Bees. Dude, I'm telling you, this is a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. We got the Killer Bees up front. It's literally Bubba, Bowman, and Briscoe. What is going on? To be fair, I don't think anyone would be shocked. I mean, I'd be kind of surprised with a Bubba win. I think Bowman and Briscoe would also be surprising, but Bubba for sure. I mean, he did run well here last fall. I'll give him credit, but kind of would have come out of left field. This isn't like he dominated races here and just never got the win. 52 laps led today for Bubba Wallace. This would be a big deal for him, too, to be able to lock in if he can. But Alex Bowman's not done yet. He has been slowly closing back in, so this race is far from over. Do they need another pit stop? They do not. I don't know. 60 laps is the amount of distance they will be going. Actually, it's like 55. So they've gone about 20 laps. So I don't know if it makes sense to pit. I don't think it does mathematically if they were to pit here and two-stop it the whole way out. I mean, the fall-off is there. You know, it's about 2 seconds of fall-off. So the problem is any caution burns you. So I don't think anyone's going to try to two-stop it because it's just too risky. There's a lot to lose and probably not much to gain. Austin Dillon will not let Tyler Reddick go. He just continues to run side by side with them. Now AJ's going to go around both of them. Meanwhile, what is this battle? Zane Smith, that's a battle for 12th. Zane Smith and Justin Haley. We have got a battle for the lead, though. Alex Bowman up alongside the 23, and they will... Oh, he had to lift on the exit of the corner. Bubba's going to chase him down the backstretch. Side by side as they head down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. It's Bowman and Bubba. Bubba takes the highest line. Bowman will take the middle. Through the corner, Bowman not quite clear. He will clear out of the corner, though. Alex Bowman is your new leader with 33 laps to go. Kind of surprising we haven't seen Larson get any closer. Lap times are still okay, but everybody else seems to have gotten a lot better. Oh my gosh, this Allmendinger-Dillon battle still raging on. They both got by Tyler Reddick, which is interesting. But AJ will end up sliding through and taking the spot. Shout out AJ Allmendinger. Full time back in the Cup Series this year. He was in there last year as well, but Colleague really bringing the speed in that 16 this year. He has looked fantastic. And looking for another top 10. I would say Colleague as a whole, but, you know, Ty Dillon. So, yeah. You only have so much room for success. Meanwhile, Ryan Preece looks on. He's going to try and take a spot from Tyler Reddick as that car looks like it's fading a little bit. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, fastest car on the track last time by, Chase Briscoe. AJ Allmendinger's got a great car. His long run speed looks fantastic. 29 to go. Denny Hamlin now to the inside of Kyle Larson. Still side by side, Larson and Hamlin. 28 laps to go. Meanwhile, as that battle moves on, here comes Chris Buescher into the picture. They can't run side by side for too many more laps, or Chris Buescher's going to be there. Was Hamlin trying to pull the slider? It looks like he'll slide it in on the bottom. Larson up high. Larson maintains. Man, these guys do not. He is not going to let him go. And he'll tuck back in line. So Larson fends off the charge. That was fun. That was a fun little battle. Meanwhile, Chris Buescher closes in on both of them. What's the lap time out of Chris Buescher? 34.8, 34. Dude, AJ Allmendinger is one of the best cars on the track. I mean, I think Chase Briscoe is the best car on track right now. 26 laps to go. Still a good ways to go in this one. Reddick goes back around the 3 of Austin Dillon. Barry in 16th. Yep, he is in 16th right behind Chase Elliott. And looks like Joey Logano back there. Noah Gragson is on honestly a very good day. Very strong showing. Obviously did not get the points I think he deserved in the first 2 stages. He was running 4th when that first caution came out. Lost a bunch of spots on the restart. But he has had a top 15 car today, and he has performed like it. He has stayed in the top 15 almost all day. So that's a good thing to see. Run where your car is capable of running. 25 laps to go. Still a long way to go in this race. Looks like we're starting to hit a bit of a transition point. We're starting to see some of the cars really fall off, running 34 7s and 8s. Other cars are staying flat at 34.5. So we'll see if these lap times continue to shift. "23 laps to go at the moment. Bubba Wallace, 1 second behind, 1.7 back to Chase Briscoe. Lap times starting to equalize. We're starting to see Kyle Larson's flatten out at that 34.5. Everybody else starting to get higher. Also, a note for anyone who doesn't know, the pinned comment up top is the eBay listings. I think it's about 3 hours from now is when a lot of those will end. There's a bunch of 124 scale cars, $10 a piece is what they started at. I'm not sure what they're at right now, but we're talking elites. There's some 2023's race wins, some 2021 race wins, but there's a lot of elites and ARC race wins for the Cup Series in there. I don't think there's any Xfinity cars. I think they're all Cup. So there's a lot of Cup cars in there. There's going to be a bunch more coming up tonight. But again, 3 hours till those end. So if you want to check them out, the link is up at the top of the comments. So you can run up over there. But no need to do it right now. Like I said, they end in 3 hours. But if you're looking, there's some Byrons, some Larsons, some Elliots. I don't know. There's a Logano. There's an SVG. There's all sorts of mixes of cars. So if you want to go check them out, feel free. $20 laps to go. Kyle Larson is actually starting to run the leaders back down. His car has stabilized. Everyone else is starting to fall off. Let's keep an eye on that 5 car. It ain't over yet. He's 2.9 seconds back, and he's been beating the leader every lap. He's going to have to close in by a big margin, though, with 20 laps to go. One lap car could be the entire difference in this race. I mean, one car that holds up Alex Bowman or Bubba Wallace or anybody and creates a stack up, that could be the difference. We saw it happen to Ryan Blaney early in this race. 2 cars got stuck in front of him and he could not get around them. With 19 to go, will Alex Bowman have a clean enough track to get there? Noah Gragson just got passed. He had a really bad lap, 35.5. I don't know if he got in the wall. We'll have to see. See if he recovers on the next lap or if his lap time gets worse. $18 laps to go. No, he lost another spot, 34 or 35.3. So Noah Gragson's lap times have fallen off a cliff. Meanwhile, William Byron has blown the doors off of Chase Elliott. So once again, the worst Hendrick car will finish out back. So tired of him being the slowest Hendrick car at all non-road courses. It's like, unless it's a driver's racetrack where the driver makes a difference, it's the slowest Hendrick car every week. Yeah, his Blaney's engine was a full-blown hand grenade. All right, Larson 2.5 back now. He's run half a second off the leader's pace. Still a long way to go, but as the tires age, will that difference get bigger? Man, this gap is stabilizing quite a bit. Larson's under 2 seconds back now. He is coming. Each lap, he's knocking about almost a half a second off the last lap. Now, obviously, it's not every lap he's going to be able to do that, but he is knocking big chunks of this lead down. Bubba remains 0.9 of a second back. Bowman puts a great lap down last time by. Larson moves up into third, and he is coming. He's going to pull the slider, move himself to third. Crazy part is, even with that move, his lap time was not that bad. That lap time should have been so much worse running that kind of a line. He's going to make a charge. Arguably the greatest driver on the planet right now. Going to try and make a drive from third. And I know people always, oh, greatest driver ever, couldn't win an Xfinity race. Yeah, okay, 16-second lead. Even if it's not that, let's talk about the sprint car things. Winning the Knoxville Nationals 3 times. Winning the Chili Bowl twice. Just winning marquee events in all sorts of different forms of racing is incredible. But it's not over yet. He's beating him by 0.4 of a second a lap. It's down to 1.2. Larson is coming, and he is coming hard. He is putting on a charge right now. 12 laps to go. Question is, how fast can he get by Bubba Wallace? And if you're Bubba Wallace, do you let him by? Do you think you have enough time to run down the 48, or do you let him by and pray that when they battle each other, you sneak in for the win? Bowman is in the wall. A small scrub there. That's going to hurt his lap time, and it's going to be a tough lap for Bowman this time by. It's going to be a lot closer now. 11 laps to go. Oh my goodness, Kyle Larson is absolutely rolling. Down the backstretch, right behind the 23. He's going to go ahead and pull the slider here. Pulls right up in front of the 23. Back in the gas. The gap. Oh my word, it's 0.7 of a second. He is coming. He's going to get there, guys. Keep an eye out for Kyle Larson. It was 0.3 better last lap. He was 0.3 faster than Bowman last time by. He's definitely going to have a shot to get there. Nine to go. This is going to be a great finish. Larson scraped the wall. He scraped the wall 100 times. No big deal. No big deal. He's still coming. He's still coming. That ain't even a scrape. That's just a kiss. That's nothing. This time by, 8 to go, 0.6 of a second. The only way to stop the Killer Bees is for Kyle Larson to snag the win. Ooh, Bowman's got a small scrape again. Oh my goodness. How hard will he race him? I don't know. We'll have to see. 7 to go. This time by. Bowman, he's running right up along the wall with him. What a shame. A BS, not even a BS, just a stupid mid-pack yellow yesterday is going to cost him a chance at the sweep. Oh, Bowman's in the wall! Oh, no, Bowman got into the wall. That's going to be it. He got a big scrape, and Larson's going to just go right by him. Oh, no, Bowman at the last second pulls up, got too high into the wall, and after scraping it pretty hard, it's going to send Kyle Larson to the lead by a pretty good margin. Now, Bowman's settling back in a little bit. But he's going to have to run real hard here with 4 laps to go. It's going to take a lap car, I think, to get in the way to create any situation that's going to get Bowman back into this. I might be wrong. Looks like he's closing in. Yeah, that caution yesterday literally could have been another sweep set and all that kind of fun stuff, but also just getting to appreciate how good Kyle Larson is at this racetrack. Coming around 4 to go. Larson is not out of the woods yet. Any slip up and Bowman is still right there. Kyle Busch has rallied to 21st. As bad as he looked all day, 21st is a day you can, just wipe your forehead and say, good riddance, get me out of here. Still 4 to go. Bowman in pursuit. Another scrape in the wall for Bowman. But he stays in it. That's the key. You got to be able to stay in it. That's crazy how good he is at just keeping the car an inch off the wall. Two to go. 1 second is the gap. Barring an issue, this is probably Kyle Larson's race. And it's a rightfully earned race. Coming around for the final time. Justin did not deserve that yesterday. He deserved it for the Phoenix race that got stolen from him, but yeah, it's just annoying because it's like every Homestead race in the Xfinity Series, one guy dominates and puts on a great race, and then there's always some 25th place car that's like, 5 to go. Well, I don't want to finish 25th. I might as well wreck, and then they just wreck themselves. It's like, why? I'm behind. Leave me alone. My stream's behind. No, he's driving away though. Kyle Larson, what a performance, man. What a bummer that yesterday turned out the way it was. That would have been the sweep. I mean, had a 16-second lead. This one didn't look near as certain, but when Blaney blew up and everybody else scrambled to the front, he still drove his way to the front on the long run and had the best car when it all came down to it. Kyle Larson takes the win at Homestead. Bowman second, Bubba Wallace third, Briscoe in fourth, Hamlin fifth, Buescher sixth. Allmendinger comes home with a top 7 finish. Great job for that calling group. 8th for Tyler Reddick, 9th for Ryan Preece, and Justin Haley gets himself into the top 10 with a 10th place finish. Also got a shout out, William Byron recovering for a 12th place finish. That car was fast today. It just proves those Hendrick cars are fast, except for one for some reason. Yeah, not great. So, 24 car comes back for 12th. Dillon 13th, Logano 14th, Eric Jones 15th, Noah Gragson 16th. Really tough. That's the worst he ran all day, and unfortunately it's where he ends up finishing. 17th, Josh Berry. 18th for Chase Elliott. Just a bad day all around. Just showed some speed, kind of executed up front, but could not recover at all. 19th, Austin Cindric. 20th, Michael McDowell. 21st, Kyle Busch. 22nd, Daniel Suarez. 23rd, John Hunter, Nemechek. 24th, Ricky Stenhouse. 25th, Ty Gibbs. And the Ty Gibbs nightmare continues, by the way. Oh, my goodness. 26th, Brad Keselowski. 27th, Ty Dillon. Cole Custer, 28th. Christopher Bell, 29th. Todd Gilliland, 30th. Ross Chastain, 31st. SVG, 32nd. Riley Herbst, 33rd. Cody Ware, 34th. JJ Yaley, 35th. Last two cars, Ryan Blaney with a blown motor and Carson Hocevar out of the race. Not sure what his issue was, if it was motor-related or not. Overall, though, that's an entertaining race, man. That was a good race. Homestead, as usual, puts on a fantastic race. When doesn't it? It's what Homestead does best. Looks like we're going to have another good-looking raced version. Not going to complain about that one bit. Just to add to the Kyle Larsons that I already have. I do collect all the Larson wins, so doesn't hurt. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the race as much as I did. I thought it was a good race. We got good race detail. Fun one there. Bowman choked, not going to lie. I don't know if he choked. I mean, I think at the end of the day, they both ran really hard. Larson was just better. I mean, I don't know what driver doesn't make that mistake and taps the wall a couple times with the pace that 5 car had. Obviously, if you don't get in the wall that hard, you have a shot to defend against him. But, I mean, he's good here. He's really, really good here. He has been his entire career. And it's a shame, a little bit of a shame, that if it's going to be the championship race next year, he can't run Xfinity and truck. Because that's the one thing I would love to see him run Xfinity and truck here every year and just have a resume fit for a king as far as all the races he's won at this racetrack. But anyway, guys, that'll pretty much wrap up this stream. Kyle Larson out of the car now, saluting the crowd. Ooh, there's a lot of orange on that helmet. Looks good. Gonna go grab the checkered flag. Oh, I didn't even mention Ryan Preece in 9th. Crazy. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Great runs for Bowman and Bubba, and even Briscoe needed that run. A lot of, kind of an odd top 10, really, if you look at it. Just a weird top 10 for this next gen era. So, anyway, thanks for coming in. We will be back next week for Martinsville. I will not be back the next weekend after that. I will be out. I've got a family obligation to go to, so we'll be back next week for the Cup stream, and then 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks away? Maybe 3 weeks away. I can't remember. We'll have the Casey Kane stream for Rockingham, which means all the cars will be removed in favor of Casey Kane cars. I will shrine myself. But the Casey Kane stream in a few weeks. So thanks for coming in, guys. This has been Race Craze. See you next week.